Welcome to Introduction of Coursistant, a revolutionary virtual teaching assistant designed to transform the way we learn, we teach, and interact online. Coursistant is a cutting-edge platform that leverages the power of AI, document embeddings, to learn from instructional videos like lecture videos, and past forum discussions like Piazza. Navigating traditional Q&A platforms like Piazza often leads to troubles and problems for students and TAs alike. Issues like delayed responses and repetitive queries can hinder learning. To dive deeper into these challenges, let's jump into a live interview with some students and TAs who experienced these firsthand. Hey, thank you for joining me with this interview today. So just quickly, I want to ask you, how is your experience with using the Piazza platform?
Well, it's alright, but to be honest, it can be a bit slow sometimes. When I really need help, the response time isn't always ideally.
It's been okay, but I've run into some issues with TA's availability. Honestly, I like to start my assignments early to stay ahead. But sometimes it feels like I'm penalized for that because the TAs aren't very active early on.
Okay. How do you handle questions as a graduate TA on Piazza?
So it's pretty hectic sometimes. We get a ton of repeat questions, which can really clutter things up.
Okay.
It's like seeing the same Instagram post over and over again.
I can tell. How does it affect your study?
It is pretty tough, actually, especially when the deadlines are close. If I'm stuck and can't get a quick answer in time, it probably make me hold up everything else.
When I post questions early in the week, they often go unanswered for days. And maybe some TAs are just more responsive as the deadline approaches.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Does it make it harder to keep up with every student?
Yeah, exactly. It's I'm also trying to keep up with my own classes, so it's tough to respond quickly when the same stuff keeps popping up.
Okay.
It's like by the time I get to the new questions, I'm already behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes me hesitant to start work early,
Okay.
which is very unideal. I just feel like I'm forced to adapt to a last-minute rush. When responses do come in, they are sometimes rushed because the TAs are dealing with a bunch of last-minute questions for everyone else.
Okay. How about the questions?
A lot of times questions come in that are super vague or don't have enough info. I end up having to ask what they actually mean, what just drags everything out even more.
Okay. What would your ideal academic support be like?
Ideally, it would be great to have more consistent TAs present throughout the week.
Being able to move quickly from one question to another will make it smooth out my study session, and consistency could be a huge plus too. After hearing all these pain points provided by students and TAs, it's clear that something needed to be done to the system. Coursistant is a tool designed to provide real-time, immediate answers to students' questions, learning directly from the course materials and enforced by their own instructors and TAs who teach the courses, so that it will provide accurate information and answers. Now, let me invite you to see Coursistant in action. What you're now seeing is the main control panel of Coursistant. Here, you can access the web chatbot directly using the context embedded to the bot. You can also train the embeddings using two methods. One is by typing your Piazza associated email address, and Coursistant will automatically grab all the courses you registered on Piazza. Here, we're showcasing by select a brand new course chatbot that has not been trained using the course material as context. Let's try asking course-specific questions to the chatbot. As we can see, no answer is given because the context of the course has not been embedded and trained to the chatbot. Now let's try training the embeddings with the Course Piazza website using all the questions and answers. To access all the Piazza posts, you need to enter the Piazza email and password, then select the course you want for the chatbot to learn. This process can take at most 2 minutes.
Once all the Piazza posts are done processed, and the chatbot will answer the questions according to the questions and answers in all Piazza posts. Furthermore, Coursistant will automatically refresh the embeddings for the registered course every hour to keep the database up to date. Let's see the result and changes to the database. As we can see, now the database has been populated with all the question and answer pairs of the selected course registered on Piazza. Specifically, the question we're trying to ask previously can also be found in the database. Now, we can invoke the chatbot again to see the result by asking the same question again. And as we can see, Coursistant answered according to the original Piazza post. Coursistant can do more than just text content. Instructors can also upload lecture slides onto Coursistant to get their students a more straightforward response. Of course, other PDF-based course material can also be uploaded onto Coursistant. This can include syllabuses, assignments, course logistics, and more. Let me demonstrate how Coursistant can respond with content on the lecture slides and other provided files. Here are some lecture slides already uploaded on the Coursistant. First, go to Coursistant Chat and select a course you're asking the question about. Let me ask some general questions about the course syllabus. I'm asking, what is the main goal of this course? As we can see, Coursistant responded with an accurate answer and also a lecture slide page that is related to the question. Now, let me ask something specific now. Like here, what is the due date for Lab 4? As we can see, Coursistant is able to find the answer to this very course-specific question and respond with an image of the related lecture slide or PDF page. What's more exciting is if you have a link to instructional video, you can simply train your chatbot with a URL to your video. Here's how we do it. Here we're using a demo lecture video about supervised learning in an introductory machine learning course.
We'll begin with supervised learning problems, including classification and regression problems. As I mentioned, machine learning may be unlike much of the programming that you might have done in the past.
Once you've acquired the URL to your video, go ahead and input it into the system. Here's what's happening in the back. Coursistant will automatically transcribe your full video into text, and the timestamp information will be included as well.
To do so, we design a flexible program called the learner, whose behavior can be modified by changing aspects of its operation, called the parameters. The learner is a deterministic function that takes in the features of a new example and spits out a prediction for its target. This input-output behavior is a function of these internal parameters.
Here's what it looks like if you put all of the lecture videos together into a comprehensive Q&A chatbot with video clip feedbacks.
Welcome to our introductory course on machine learning here at UC Irvine. My name is Professor Alexander Eiler, and I created these lectures for our introductory courses for undergraduates, CS 178, and graduates, CS 273. Machine learning is generally considered to be a subfield.
Now, Coursistant is able to pinpoint and find the answer wherever it is in any of the video uploaded onto the system, providing almost instant feedbacks and answers that the sources can be traced inside these videos.
We'll we'll begin with supervised learning problems, including classification and regression problems. As I mentioned, machine learning may be unlike much of the programming that you might have done in the past.
Another main feature of Coursistant is the Piazza virtual TA integration. This allows Coursistant to automatically reply to any new Piazza questions. Let's see how it happens. Here are 3 unanswered Piazza questions before the virtual TA is enabled. Now we enable the virtual TA by training Coursistant with this course Piazza posts. Once the Piazza posts are done processing, we can see Coursistant is answering the questions in real time, efficiently and accurately. However, some questions are not answered because their database lacks enough relevant information. We can go to the database page. Another great feature Coursistant offers is the great flexibility of editing the embeddings. The TAs and instructors can edit or add these new questions and its answer to the database. This also allows the TAs to monitor and reinforce the answers provided by Coursistant. After updating and adding the questions, we can see Coursistant is able to answer the previous question. And if student posts new questions, we can see Coursistant is able to continuously answer new questions in real time, reducing the time to wait for an answer drastically. Here's a breakdown of Coursistant. We used our custom Piazza API and video transcription functionality to acquire our text-based data. Then we feed our structured data into Google Expert and Llama Index, paired with our custom embedding models to get the context of the entirety of the course. Then we provide the context to GPT 3.5 Turbo to help us formulate a speedy, friendly, readable, and accurate response. We then send this response to either a web UI chatbot or back to the Piazza platform questions. The response will only take seconds. Coursistant sets itself apart from general-purpose AI chatbots with its unparalleled customizability. Unlike one-size-fits-all solution, Coursistant allows the creation of highly specialized Q&A environments, catering not just to students but also field experts and researchers. This platform ensures that the knowledge base is not static. Instructors and TAs can easily intervene by updating and editing the embedding database and contexts. This feature guarantees that the information remains accurate, relevant, and up-to-date, reflecting the dynamic nature of highly field-specific content and research. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for Coursistant platform.